Well, Liu Xin, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations, well done. So how was that? It was expected to be a debate, but actually it's a little bit more like an interview, right? How do you feel?
Well, it was said to be a debate, and I said let's engage in a debate. But actually, I never expected it to be a debate. I always wanted it just to be a dialogue or a conversation, and I think that was exactly just the right thing. It did look like a little bit of an interview, and I think it's just natural. So it was just the way I expected it. Yeah.
What about her questions? Do you think it is as sharp as expected, or something that you've been prepared for?
Honestly, I didn't really hear very well what she was talking about because it was via satellite link, and I guess there was a delay, but the delay didn't seem to feature very much. But I couldn't really hear every single word she was saying. I could just hear bits and pieces what she was talking about. So for a while, I was like, could you repeat your question? Because I really didn't understand what she was talking about. But I got the overall idea what she was talking about. The questions were, exactly what we were expecting her to ask. Actually, not as sharp as we were expecting. We thought she would probably, and I thought she was very fair. She was being friendly to me. She was being fair because after I answered my question, I think the comments that she made immediately before she moved on to another question were mostly fair comments.
Some Chinese netizens, they say, for the sake of being fair, maybe next time, or even this time, the first half should be done in English and the second half should be done in our language, which is Chinese. But this is a joke.
Yeah,
but
well,
yeah, how do you
I don't know about a second round. We'll see. If she wants to engage me, I'll be more than happy to answer her call. And as I said, I extended an invitation for her to visit China. I think that will do great to both her and to me if we get to know each other better, if we become friends. I think that will be a wonderful thing. Right. She's a very nice woman. If you read the emails that she writes me, very cordial. So I really have absolutely no personal any negative opinion about her. The way how she speaks on air, I think it's natural. But it's the same thing for her and for me, as a journalist. So I use her as a mirror to look at the things that I've done in the past, and I would say I've not been totally fair either. I've not been totally emotionless either. People say, "Yeah, go and get her," or "This is the fight of the century between China and the United States, a spat between two conversations or two organizations or even two countries." None of that, and I wanted it to be exactly the way that I think I did exactly that. This was not a conversation between two countries, definitely not.
No.
This was not a conversation between two peoples. No, I can't represent 1.4 billion people. This was not a conversation between Fox or CGTN. This was a conversation between me and Trish, as journalists, once women, mothers, Right. And I think that is the only way we can really engage with each other and build a kind of relationship, and the same for everything else, I think.
This kind of debate, or this debate, is actually highly anticipated. It grabs the attention, not only the people here in China, not only the people in the United States, actually the world's attention. Did you expect the video to go such viral online when you post this commentary video?
Well, I've had, it happened to me in the past that my commentary went viral. So this is not the first time. This is at least the third time or something like that. I didn't expect her to react to me.
Oh.
That was the difference.
So was it shocking when you first see that on Twitter?
I was really flattered.
Oh, okay.
I was really flattered. I didn't know that she would pay so much attention, so much time to react to me. And then she even extended this invitation or challenge or whatever, for me to have a debate with her. I really appreciate, because that created all of this unprecedented opportunity for me to speak to her on American TV, and for me, for so many American people to hear me,
right,
to hear what we say, to watch my video and to try to understand why this Chinese anchor woman is so angry. What is she angry about? Why is she calling someone spitting fire from their eyes?
Right.
So I think I think I thank her. I really thank her for having reacted to me and having invited me to be on her show.
You know, this is, you know, it's going to be hard, but I noticed that you didn't just stay at home for the past week preparing for this. Actually, you were doing your regular routine, you know, anchoring your daily life show, parenting your kid, and like
not so much.
But why is it? Why? Because you're so confident, or because life still goes on even with something as tough as this, or?
For me, this is definitely the first time, and I've never had this kind of conversation on American TV. So, and I didn't know what she was going to ask. You know, she told me a couple of key words, but
such as
tariffs, IP,
trade
talks, and etc.
Which means like everything.
Yeah, and then in the beginning she told me from 8 to 8:30 or from 8 to 8:45, meaning either 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I was like, what?
What were you expecting?
So I was really expecting a very long and fierce
like 2 hours
debate, you know, and I told her, I'm in your hands. Basically, I said fine to everything. If you want to ask me anything, I was prepared to answer them. Wow. But you know, if you really truly want to engage with someone, what do? You know, you go there disarmed. You know, you go there. If you really want to be honest, you go there and you be, you know, you don't become defensive. You open your heart, you open your mind, and you talk from the bottom of your heart. And that's why I said I had to talk from my personal perspective, because then I have greater freedom to express what I really feel. And that's exactly what I did. Anyway, yeah, we were preparing, but I didn't want to give people the impression that the world was you know
all about that.
Yeah.
There are some Western media who are very curious about how does the management team of CCTV, as well as some Chinese senior officials, see this debate when you agreed to take the challenge. Did you get any reaction or feedback from them as well?
Of course, when I got the invitation, you know, as any company employee would do, I asked my boss whether what to do. Yeah, you know, shall I go? Shall I not go? I kind of got myself into this situation, because when she extended the invitation, I said, I hear you. You know, I'll get back to you soon. So basically, that is already expect my response. You know, but if I then follow up and say no, that wouldn't look very good, right? So, but by then, before that, I didn't ask my boss. So I went to my boss and said, you know, what I was going to do. So I don't know how the decision was made, but very soon, I got the feedback, and the feedback was a very resolute yes, go ahead. You know.
So you get the support from them.
Absolutely, and I really appreciate that, because that gave me the confidence, that gave me the protection.
Because Liu Xin, today it is not a debate, so it's very hard to say, like, you know, who's the winner or what. But are you satisfied about your performance?
I think I'm reasonably satisfied. I'm happy that what I do will be heard by more people, will be seen by more people, and I have a better opportunity to make some positive changes.